Welcome to the Wyndham Fallsview Hotel. You guys, I have been dying to show you this property on this channel. This is actually my first time ever staying here. Now, this is the Wyndham Fallsview Hotel. Some of you may remember it way back as the Renaissance. More recently as the Sheraton 4 Points. And throughout all of those, I never actually stayed here. Now, we are Wyndham Diamond, so we do have a few little perks that we got along the way, which I will show you momentarily. I strongly encourage you to sign up for any casino cards, any hotel travel rewards programs, anything like that, because that's how we were able to earn this diamond status, able to get this upgrade, another little couple freebies and stuff, which I will show you momentarily. Let's do a room tour. Now, we are in what they consider to be a bit of an upgraded room. I wouldn't go as far as to call it a suite, but they did at the front, whether it was miscommunication. They also did write that we were in room 1820, and this floor only goes to 18, so it's 1802 actually, so that's okay, we figured it out eventually. Anyway, let's do a little tour of the room. Well, first and foremost, nothing too exciting. You got your deadbolt, you got your double lock. I always strongly recommend you use both of those. You don't want any visitors in your room at all, so make sure you keep those locked. Let's continue on to the bathroom. Right as you walk in, you do have this really spacious tub. Now, it's got the jets and everything. I'm probably not going to be using this tub, let's be honest, but I wouldn't be surprised if we catch Cody in there a little bit later. There also is this little window area here, so if you want, you can actually open that up, see who's ever's in the, in the bedroom area. You still also feel like you're part of it because you can still see outside, great views, which I will show you momentarily, so be patient. The vanity area is decent enough. It's nothing huge, but I mean, you've got enough storage there. You've got your extra towels, toilet rolls, tissues, etc. It looks like a decent little granite countertop. Everything has been newly renovated, so you can definitely see it is pretty fresh in here, which is really nice. A lot of the products in here I've noticed are Beekman 1802. I'm not really familiar with this brand, but I mean, it looks half decent. I will let you guys know tomorrow morning how it works out with the shower and the soaps and everything. They also did include some scopes and mouthwash, which is nice, and a little vanity kit. I don't know if these vanity kits are in every room or if they just put it in maybe the nicer rooms, or because we have the diamond status, maybe they give us a little bit of a couple little freebies. They did give us some more stuff over there, which I will show you. Anyway, bathroom area. There also is this little separate water closet area over here, which is where you're going to find your toilet and of course your stand-up shower. You also do have these communal type soaps, body washes, shampoos, conditioners. I've actually grown to not mind these because, as long as they are tamper-proof, I know some people don't really like that, but as long as they're tamper-proof, I'm actually okay with having these in here. They're not too bad. They do the job, and not too bad at all. Let's continue on with the rest of the room. Nothing too thrilling, but you got your thermostat over here. This is how you're going to control the room. I did actually check the unit, which is plugged in through the window, and it actually does refer you to use this. I did unplug it though because it's a bit noisy, so nothing's happening right now. I'm getting a little bit warm though. Your closet area, not the biggest. I do like the fact that we have the sliding like mirror type doors. At least this kind of gives you almost like a full length without actually having a full length. As I said, there's an okay amount of space in here. We did kind of struggle and end up having to kind of stack things on top of each other, but it did the job. There also is a safe in here as well, so if you are, oopsie, there's no track on the bottom, so you will get a little bit of leeway with the mirror, so be careful there. But as mentioned, yes, there is also a safe in here as well, which is good. I definitely encourage you to use your safes as well to put any valuables, not just money, but I mean, even electronics, if you have like an iPad with you or anything like that, just, make sure you lock it up. Anything you wouldn't want stolen. There also is the iron and ironing board, I mean, if you need it. Because this is considered somewhat of an upgrade, we do have this cute little microwave here. I can't foresee us using this. Maybe if we have any leftovers from tonight and feel like heating them up in the morning, but still, if you're traveling here, for a couple of days, you don't feel like, maybe just feel like having something quick and dirty or whatever in the room, you have the option. It's actually a decent sized TV considering the room is not all that big, but yeah, decent sized TV. Decent amount of storage here as well if you want to throw your clothes or do some unpacking. I really did appreciate, because we are Wyndham Diamond, they left me a little personalized note which was handwritten, which I really did like. Basically just says, as a valued Diamond member, I wish you a very warm and welcome to our hotel. Hope you enjoy your stay with us. Kind regards, and it has the name of the person who I'm assuming is the manager. It doesn't say, but and then there's also some snacks in here. There's some like nuts and smart food. Oops. and some pretzels. And because these pretzels will inevitably be making you thirsty, they also give us a couple bowls of water. So little touches like that, I really do appreciate. It's nice that they kind of treat their rewards members with a little bit of, extras and little freebies. It's nice. You do have a coffee machine in here. It's an espresso, which is also really nice because this tends to be in more of the premium and sort of higher end type room. So I really do appreciate that they did include that with a few extra coffees. You've got some, like 3 different coffee options. You got some teas as well. You got some chamomile if you feel like having something before bed just to kind of relax you. And obviously some English breakfast, all your stuff you need in there. There is a mini fridge as well, which again is always really handy to include. If you want to throw your drinks, leftovers, whatever in there, they got you covered. The usuals, ice bucket, extras like plastic cups. Now, the piece de resistance for this room is definitely going to be this view. This view is beautiful. We are on the 18th floor, which is actually the top floor of this hotel. So I've got views of pretty much everything. I can see all of the Clifton Hill area. I can see the Skylon Tower. Right in front of us is the Fallsview Casino, which we will be going to later. We've got an event coming up there tonight, which I will get into a little bit later. Coming around here, you've also got a little bit further down Fallsview where you've got like the Embassy, you've got Marriott, well, both Marriotts, which is kind of confusing. Comfort Inn, Oaks, and of course the beautiful Horseshoe Falls of the Niagara Falls. Now, of course, I can't forget the bed. We got a nice king-size bed here. It feels pretty soft. I'll let you guys know in the morning how we slept, so make sure you stay tuned to the very end to see, the final thoughts of the whole room and just, everything we got up to. All right, so we are only here for one night. We are here on a Friday night as well. I hate getting into like prices and things like that, so I almost want to save it to the end, but I will recommend first and foremost, you do double check your pricings. I canceled and rebooked this like 3 times, so I would definitely recommend you do that because the price kept changing and dropping. So that's one little tip I'm going to give you before we get too much further into the video. I will tell you how much this costs us at the very end, so make sure you stay tuned to the very end. We are here for a show, so we have comp tickets from Fallsview Casino. We're going to be seeing Piff the Magic Dragon. If you're not familiar, he was on America's Got Talent, and he's got a show at the Flamingo in Las Vegas. And we've been meaning to see him for so long because he's got a Chihuahua. I've got Chihuahuas, so, it sort of writes itself, right? So, as I said, we will be checking him out later tonight. We're going to just do some exploring, have some dinner, play in the casino a little bit, the usual. So, stay tuned for more. I will also mention, if you are not subscribed, I would really, really appreciate if you did hit that subscribe button. It's right in the corner there. It's totally free for you. Also really appreciate if you consider liking that video before we, get too much further into it. And if you are curious about what I'm getting up to in the future, follow me on Instagram. That's where you're going to see a lot of updates of, what I'm getting up to. It gives you kind of some hints of things that I'm going to be getting up to in the future, places I'm traveling to, and, gives you a little bit of a glimpse into maybe some future videos and future content. So make sure you go check out my Instagram as well. Anyway, we just got to Niagara. Just drove here from Toronto. Gonna get us some food and most importantly, some drinks.
Later that same evening.
So I meant to do an update earlier. We ended up having dinner at Tacos and Tequila. You've seen me feature this place on my channel before. It's right across the street. They've got, some really great options there if you just want to get some really nice Mexican food. I always say it feels like I'm on vacation when I go there. Like, just feels like a good vibe when you're on the patio having, obviously, tacos and tequila and whatnot. So we ended up just having like a pitcher of margaritas, splitting some apps and some quesadillas. None of us are really outlet hungry, so we just sort of had a little bit of this, a little bit of that. After that, we went over to see Piff the Magic Dragon at Avalon in Fallsview Casino, which was such a good time. I've been waiting to see the show for so long, and I'm so glad that we finally did. Mr. Piffles is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. I love that dog. I'm such a Chihuahua guy, so that was awesome to finally see that show. Really, really enjoyed it. After that, we played in the casino for a little bit, and felt like a little cheeky snack, so went down to the food court. It was well after midnight. It's very late night, right? Yeah, very late right now. So I ended up getting a couple little snacks from Tim Hortons because everything else is more or less closed. So I ended up just doing that. So anyway, we are in the room now. It is pretty dark out, obviously, because it is almost 1 in. I'm gonna try and get some sleep because we are exhausted. It's been a long day. And we'll touch base, give you guys my final thoughts tomorrow morning. So stay tuned for that. Good night, sweet dreams. See you tomorrow.
The next day.
Good morning, campers. So we're just getting ready to check out of the Wyndham Fallsview Hotel, but of course, before we do, got to give you guys my final thoughts. So they actually gave us a late checkout till 2 o'clock, but we will definitely not be taking advantage of that. Don't want to be here for that long, but it's good to know. That's why I always tell you guys to sign up for any rewards programs, any, if you're going to a casino, sign up for their card. If you just any types of places that you can get any incentives, freebies, any perks like that. I mean, when we came in, we had that nice little welcome package as well. We were offered an upgrade right away. It was just given to us. So, I mean, I did ask them if we were going to get one, and they said it had already been taken care of. So it is nice to know that, they did follow through with what was promised. So if you check out Wyndham's site, for example, it does say that if you do have diamond status, that you do get all those perks. So yeah, I was kind of coming here ready to ask about those things, but yeah, everything had already been taken care of. So I was actually pretty impressed with that. So yeah, check-in process was super easy. It was pretty quiet. I mean, there's only 18 floors in this hotel, so it's not as big as, say, like the Hilton, for example. So, there wasn't like a ton of people checking in at once. I know this place can get somewhat busy, so, bear that in mind. But when we checked in, we just walked right up, checked in, and yeah, super easy process. It was a little bit confusing though that the person wrote on our little, little envelope there that had our key cards and everything in there that our room was 1820. Because this floor only goes up to 18 rooms. So there was no 1820. So it was obviously a mistake. It should have been 1802. We did figure that out eventually, but yeah, it was a little confusing at first. So let's talk about the room. She did say that we were upgraded to a suite. I wouldn't call this a suite by all means, but it's still not bad at all. It's not huge, but again, I mean, you've seen some of these rooms that we've had in the past that are, massive, that we don't end up taking advantage of it. And quite honestly, especially when we're in the falls, we barely are in the room. We pretty much, especially when we get here for just one night, especially when that night's a Friday, because we pretty much get into the room, get changed or do whatever we need to do, and then head back out or, go to the casino, go to a show, whatever the case may be. Usually spend, the whole night out somewhere, come back to the room, sleep, wake up, and kind of just go. So we don't really need anything too fancy. It's always nice to have a nice room, but we really didn't need anything too fancy. The room did what it needed to do. The bed was pretty comfortable, so no complaints there. I really appreciated the coffee machine. That was, really handy to have this morning, especially with an espresso. They even put 2 bottles of water beside there, so you don't have to go get tap water to fill it up with. So those little touch points like that are really impressive that they think that stuff through. It's nice to have the microwave in the room. We didn't use it, but I can see how that could come in handy. They do have like a little desk area here, so they are prepared for people who are maybe coming here on business and maybe just want to come here and work and, do what they need to do. I don't even think we turned on the TV, so I can't really attest to how, the TV quality. It looks pretty new. I mean, overall, you can definitely see that they did do some upgrades. I would say the carpet has been refreshed. The wallpaper looks all pretty new. They've got some, artwork here and there that looks pretty good. I think the only thing that doesn't look like it's been changed is probably the bathroom tiles. They do look like they're probably original, but otherwise you can definitely see that they did go over everything and it looks pretty good. Couple little picky points. I will say that we did have a little bit of trouble with a couple of the blinds. Looks like this one in the middle might be caught or broken or something, so we did struggle with that a little bit. I know last night I wasn't able to figure it out, so we did wake up bright and early with the beautiful sun shining into the room. Cody did manage to get it to go down, but it does look like it might be broken again. So I don't know. Yeah, a couple little things like that. Also, I will say this morning when we tried to use like the shower, for example, the water did not heat up for quite a long time, that I actually eventually just gave up and went into the shower and it was cold. But as I was in there, after 10 or so minutes, it did eventually start to warm up, but never got hot. I know Cody had the same problem when he was trying to have a bath this morning. Same thing, the water never really got very warm and the jets in the tub didn't work either. Okay, correction. The jets in the tub do work. Cody couldn't find the button, so scratch that part. But I will mention that in the shower, the communal things there, the body wash was empty. The shampoo and conditioner seemed to be full, but yeah, the body wash was empty. So yeah, just something to note. I will also say, I like to plug my phone in right beside my, the bed, so that way when I wake up, I can check my phone, check if I, any calls or texts or whatever. There was no outlets on my side of the bed though, and no USB on my side of the bed. So I actually have to plug my phone in on the other side of the room, which I know that sounds like first world problems, but just something to note. It was a bit of a minor inconvenience for me, at least. Cody did seem to have plugs and like a USB outlet on his side though, so maybe I just picked the wrong side. But yeah, all in all, no real major complaints about the room. I really like the view. It's really beautiful. You know, you got the great view of the falls. You can kind of see the action a little bit, just seeing the casino, what's going on down there, which is nice as well. It's just all around just, yeah, a really great view. I'm really happy. I guess being on the corner is also beneficial too, because we do have this other side window as well. So yeah, like I said, no complaints. Well, besides the ones I already mentioned. Now let's talk about the location. You are basically in the heart of the Fallsview area. And I know that if you've been following the channel, this is the area we always stay in. And I know I've been saying that we're gonna do a Clifton Hill video, and I promise at some point we are definitely going to try and do that. But we typically stay in the Fallsview neighborhood just because it's convenient. You got the casino there. You've got, you know, all the things that we tend to come to the falls to do. Like I said, the casino, you've got the Avalon Theater, which last night we saw Piff the Magic Dragon, which was super fun. Thank you very much to Fallsview for those tickets. Had a great time. We're able to meet him afterwards and take pictures, which was really cool. You've also got the OLG Stage as well, where some of the bigger shows take place. You are connected to the Hilton as well, which is convenient. So it's sort of one major, I guess, building. You can walk right through it, which is nice. There's also a bridge that will take you right across over to Fallsview Casino, which is really handy as well. So you are situated in a pretty good area. There also are a few things to do in the hotel itself. There's a Starbucks if you just want to go downstairs and grab like a quick coffee or, you know, snack or something on your way out. You do have an IHOP in here as well if you want to get like breakfast or something. It's funny because there was a sign on the outside that said open 24 hours, but that light had been turned off and it definitely was not open last night when we walked by. So whether because it's a bit of a quieter season, we are here in May, it's not a long weekend or anything, so whether, you know, they're sort of waiting for the summer months when it gets a little bit busier to do sort of 24-hour service, I don't know. There also is a Ruth's Chris in here if you want some more, I guess, like fine dining. I know Cody and I checked that place out a couple years ago. We had dinner there, and we did find it to be quite expensive. You know, it is Niagara Falls though, so be prepared for things that, you know, you're used to paying maybe a certain price for maybe in your area, that when you come here, you're paying tourist sort of prices, right? So just be prepared for that. Upon check-in though, you do get these coupons here, which unfortunately they did stamp on the back to expire on the 31st of May. So kind of a bummer. I always like to try and save these and hold on to these, but you do get $50 off at Ruth's Chris, for example. So, you know, if you did want to try and check it out, I will save you a few bucks. There's a few other coupons on here, like I said, for, you know, IHOP, the Keg. There's some like Fun Zone, the attractions. There's one of those actually downstairs as well. So if you got the kids with you, that's a good place to take them. There also is an arcade in here. It's rather small, but it does the job. There also is a pool and a fitness center. If you want to, you know, work off some of the calories from dinner last night, then you have that option. Now let's get into some pricing. I don't like to talk about pricing when I'm in the falls just because the pricing on hotel rooms is so dynamic. You could come here one night and, you know, a room could be $50. You can come here the next night and it could be $500. You know, it really does depend very much on the season, the day of the week, what's going on, like if there's a big show in town, or, you know, for example, when they had the eclipse earlier this year, I know a lot of the hotels were really gouging people. So it really depends. So me giving you a price right now is not really gonna help you all that much, but I will say that when we first did book it, we were looking at close to $200. Now, as I mentioned, we are Wyndham members, so if we did the booking through that site. Just by chance, I checked a few days later, and the price had come down by I think about another 25 to $50 or so. So I think it was close to around the 150-ish mark. So obviously I canceled that, rebooked it at around the 150 mark. Just happened to check again a few days later. Once again, it had dropped to 125. So yeah, we ended up canceling the other reservations once again, booking at the 125. And I think there's a few, you know, obviously there's taxes and fees, you know how it is. So obviously that tacked on maybe another $40 or so. So all in all, yeah, still under $200, which for one of the, I guess, quote unquote, nicer hotels in the Fallsview area, it's not too bad. But again, it's gonna be completely different when you guys book probably, so just be mindful of that. I will also mention another sticker shock would be the parking. So if you wanna park on site and it's not like covered, it's not like a structure or anything, it's literally just outside the hotel, it's $70. That's pretty steep. There also is parking just on the other side of the street that they offer for, I believe, $35. You can also park in Fallsview Casino for $35. There's other lots around that you can also get away with. I will strongly encourage you, and I mentioned this before, sign up for a casino card at Fallsview Casino. So this is the first one that you're probably gonna get as their lowest tier. With this one, you used to be able to get free parking, but I think they have actually changed that. So unfortunately now, if you want to get the free parking, you are going to have to get at least the second tier, which is going to be this one here. So that will entail that you do a little bit of gambling. I don't know the exact amounts. I would check Fallsview's website where they should break it down for you there to let you know how you get free parking. But either way, I still encourage you to do that. I mean, that's how we got the free tickets last night to see Piff the Magic Dragon. So like I said at the beginning of the video, always make sure you take advantage of different rewards programs. It'll be worth its weight in gold down the road. But is this spot right for you? I would say this is a good hotel if you're like us and you wanted to hang out in the Fallsview neighborhood. You want to maybe check out the casino, maybe you're going to a show in the area here, whether you're going to the OLG Stage or the Avalon. I would say that this is probably your best bet. This place or Hilton, or if you can afford it, or get some freebies. I would also recommend obviously staying at the casino itself, but there's not a whole lot of rooms there and they do book up pretty quick and they are not cheap. Overall, the location is really good though. I mean, you aren't too far from Clifton Hill, for example. If you did want to walk over there, it is walkable. I mean, it will take you maybe at least 15 minutes or so, I would say, but it's definitely walkable. You're also not too far from the actual falls. I mean, I always seem to forget that when you're in Niagara Falls that people actually want to see Niagara Falls. So you're not too far away. You can actually walk just down Murray Street where like the Holiday Inn and everything is, walk down the hill there. There's also like a little cart that you can take that's, I believe, just behind Embassy that will actually take you down. I think it's around a couple bucks or whatever to go down, and obviously you have to pay to come back up again as well. Cody's just informed me it's called the Incline Railroad. Anyway, that's probably gonna do it for this video at the Wyndham Fallsview Hotel. If I've missed anything, please don't hesitate to leave any questions below. I'm always happy to answer it. It's really helpful for other travelers too, because they probably have the same questions that you guys have. It's also really helpful for me because any interaction you guys have with my videos, whether you're liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, it all helps with the YouTube algorithm. I will also encourage you once again to please subscribe to the channel. There's a little button in the corner there. It's totally free for you and it really does help me keep delivering this free content to you. If you want to see what I'm up to in the future, get a little bit of a sneak peek of maybe some future videos, I will also encourage you to follow me on Instagram. You can see up there somewhere my Instagram handle. So yeah, just to get a bit of an idea of maybe where I'm at and sort of get, I guess, a little bit of a sneak peek of potential videos in the future. I do have playlists on my channel as well. If you are looking for other Niagara Falls content, I've got tons of other Niagara Falls videos of different hotels. If you're looking for more budget friendly, if you're looking for more high end, if you want to see, just a different taste of what's available, I will also leave a link down below for that as well. So make sure you check out that Niagara Falls playlist. Anyway, we are getting hungry, so we are going to get ready, pack up, and get out of here. So once again, this has been Dan on the Spot Right, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.